Welcome into the Echo Sportscast number 85.
I'm Jackson Bowl.
And I'm Ben Sargent. The NDA soccer season is in full swing for its second week of regular season games. We have highlights from the girls as Chippewa played Algonquin and Scollard faced off against West Ferris in senior boys.
We have results from OFSAA, including West Ferris bringing home a bronze medal.
And baseball is back starting next week. We're going to set up some of the upcoming games with the West Ferris Trojans looking to defend their championship.
All of that on the way and more after a word from our title sponsor, Source for Sports.
It's almost that time of year. Early mornings at the rink, fresh notebooks and backpacks, and a community gearing up for another great season of varsity sports. At Source for Sports North Bay, we're proud to be part of it all. Whether it's finding your kid's first pair of skates, gearing up for tryouts, or outfitting your team for the season ahead, we've got you covered. Because here, we're not just a sports store, we're neighbors, coaches, teammates, and fans. And we're proud to cheer you on every shift, step, and stride of the way. Visit Source for Sports North Bay at 1321 Fisher Street, and let us help you along your way.
We start this week's show off with some varsity girls soccer as Chippewa, coming off a 3-3 draw against Scollard last week, hosted Algonquin at the Nipissing Field Monday afternoon. It was the Ravens who ended up putting up 5 goals in the game to get their first victory of the year. McKenna Linke continues her hot start to the season, picking up a hat trick.
And over in senior boys the following night, it was West Ferris who played Scollard Hall at Omischl. A bit of a late start as the ref took about 30 minutes to get to the field, so it was supposed to be a 5 o'clock start. Ended up being a 5:30 start. Scollard fell last year in the semis to Chippewa, looking to get some redemption going into this year to make the finals. But in this game, they got off to the start that they needed. In the opening 10 minutes, they would put up 2 early goals, and they were in complete control of the game early on. I was not able to stay until the end of the game because of the late start, so I didn't get the final score, but if anybody watching knows what it is, please throw it in the comments because unfortunately, there's only so much I can get. I didn't see the score posted anywhere, but it was a nice day at Omischl. It was a gorgeous game or a gorgeous day, I should say. The game was fine as well, but it was funny because I got there at 5 and nothing was going on, and then I was like, they must be waiting for the ref or something, and then the ref came in. It was like 5:30, and we finally got started, which was kind of nice. But I didn't see who won. I'm assuming Scollard probably ended up winning.
I would like to think so. Up too early.
They seemed like they were in control, but maybe Ferris had the comeback again. If anybody knows, that's the unfortunately we can only say what we know. And I had another commitment that I had to get to for 6 o'clock, so I could only stay so long, which is unfortunately the way that she goes. But so there's only one more week of soccer left until we get into playoffs, which is pretty crazy to say. But Chippewa, again, doing well in varsity girls. They look like they're in a good spot to defend their championship.
Yeah, is a hat trick a thing in soccer?
Yes.
Do they throw hats?
No.
Oh. Well,
they call it a hat trick.
Okay. I like that they still call it a hat trick. And yeah, Chippewa Ravens looking good, hopefully going to defend their championship. I feel like there's a tournament today as we're recording this. Oh. I'm pretty sure they played this morning and beat Cora 4-0, which continues their hot start. So hopefully they can defend their NDA championship and compete at NASA.
Yeah, I think your sister was in net for that. I think she got a clean sheet.
A clean sheet?
Clean sheet.
Holy moly.
Got the shutout, yeah. Oh. Which is pretty crazy, but good for her. I don't know if she faced that much
action
from what I saw at least, but I was only there for a shorter period of time. But we do have some upcoming games, and this week is a lot of upcoming games because they crammed every other game that they needed to over the course of the opening 4 days. So Jackson, take us through the varsity girls schedule for next week.
Looking at the varsity girls on the 11th at Kandari Field, so Scollard's Field, at 4 o'clock, Scollard hosts West Ferris, and then at 6 o'clock in Sturgeon, Franco hosts Chippewa on May 11th, and then moving to May 13th, at 4 o'clock at Omischl, West Ferris hosts Chippewa, and at 6 o'clock in Sturgeon, Franco hosts Algonquin. So 2 games on the Monday, 2 games on the Wednesday, 2 games in town, 2 games in Sturgeon.
On the other side, For boys, it's also 2 games, but they're going to be on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So the juniors, it is Algonquin facing Scollard at Kildare at Scollard at 5:30 on the 12th. And then in Sturgeon, Franco is hosting Algonquin, and that is on May 14th, the Thursday at 5:30. In the seniors, we have Algonquin playing Scollard at 4 o'clock at Kildare. And in Sturgeon, Franco will be hosting West Ferris at 5 o'clock. And then on the Thursday, you have West Ferris and Chippewa facing off at 3:30 at the Nipissing Field. And then Franco hosting Algonquin in Sturgeon at 4 o'clock. So looks like it's going to be a lot of action. And then it's quarterfinals the following week. And I think quarterfinal semis, and then the last week is the final. So it's not a long season.
And it's not a series for the finals, I don't think, is it?
I'd have to go back and look at the schedule. I don't think it's scheduled to be a series.
No, that's interesting. Just a one game, one and done like football.
One and done like football. But it's a very quick season. I'm kind of surprised they don't start earlier, like April.
Yeah, you'd have to with the artificial fields. Now that you have the dome too, could change it. I'm not sure, but they might look to that.
Yeah, because they must play like 1, 2, 3, probably like 5, 6 games, but in the course of like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And then it's playoffs. And then I don't know, maybe track and field. I know I was talking to somebody whose daughter's in track and field, and I think he was saying that track, I think there's a Nipissing meet that's happening either this week or next week, and then it's NDA, and then you get into like NOS and OFSAA. So it's we're getting to the end of the season. But I am curious because I'm thinking like, when did the snow come off? It was like April, mid-April, right?
Like middle of exams for me, I guess. So yeah, April, like mid-April.
Yeah. So it's a sprint. The spring sports are a sprint to the finish line. Speaking of spring sports, another thing starting next week is baseball. And I know you were pulling out. We're going to talk about what you were thinking of in a second, but no, is baseball, which officially starts next week, and it's very similar kind of sprint because you've got 3 weeks again. So starting next week, we have at least the Scollard. We have for sure their schedule. So they kick things off May 13th as they will be playing Chippewa at 4 o'clock. And then May 14th, so that'll be the Wednesday and Thursday. So the Thursday, they're against Mattawa at 4 o'clock. And all of these games are at Veterans Field. I do know that I'm waiting to get the full schedule. I was talking to Jacob Brown, who's of course, the Trojans coach. And I believe his assistant coach, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, is the convener.
Dowdle?
Is the convener of the league. So I'm hoping to get the full schedule shortly.
Yeah.
And hopefully soon because, again, it's very quick. But apparently the season starts Monday, and there's games, I believe, at 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock. I think West Ferris plays at 2. But I don't know the specifics. All I know is that Jacob was saying, because he also convenes men's league, it's like there's a 2 o'clock game, a 4 o'clock game, and then men's league starts at like 6 and 8. So it's like 8 hours worth of baseball. So I drive by Veterans almost every day on my way to work, and I saw they've been doing work on the field. So it looks like it's in good condition. I know some of the golf courses are open too. So it's officially spring. Are you a golfer?
I'm not a golfer. No. Just terrible. Terrible golfer.
Yeah. But baseball, like a great season last year. I think it was Ferris. I think Ferris beat Chippewa 2-1.
Something
like that. It was tight. I remember it being a really close series, but they're going to look to defend their title. I like baseball NDA because you never know who's going to win.
No, yeah. It is one of those ones that Franco has a chance, Mattawa has a chance. Like, it feels like everybody wins a different year. You're right. Like, nobody goes on real big runs.
At Agnico Eagle, we are committed to being a trusted community partner, focusing our efforts on building a local economy that lasts for generations. Our careers offer the flexibility and ample downtime needed to find lifelong balance. We strive to be a good neighbor, investing in our people and their future, not just because we operate here, but because this is home. We make mining work.
The snowmobile is parked. The ice is melted. And suddenly, all those batteries you ignored all winter are no longer working. The boat just won't start. The ATV's not cooperating. Even the golf carts decided it's taking the season off. That's where Battery North Bay comes in. Boats, ATVs, motorcycles, e-bikes, solar systems, cordless tools, even the kids' Power Wheels. If it runs on a battery, chances are we've got it in stock and ready to go. We're locally owned, proudly serving Northern Ontario, and we ship Canada-wide. Stop by 1315 Main Street West or call 705-478-5400. Battery North Bay, powered up for every season. It's going to be a really busy show next week. Again, not so much now because we basically just have soccer right now, but next week, I don't know how I'm going to fit what I have to do like for work and then also trying to cover stuff because a lot of stuff's happening during the day. Baseball is going to be happening during the day. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. You got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Soccer, setting up the playoffs, and what you're going to bring in here, which is a really cool event that we teased last week, but we have a little bit more information about now.
Yeah, we've got some Special Olympics news. There's a Special Olympics track and field event next Wednesday, May 13th. It is hosted by Algonquin, but it will be on Kandari Field. Opening ceremonies are 9:30, 9:45, and events start around 10, and it'll all wrap up around 1:30. I think they had something like 50-plus athletes registered, which is fantastic. And we're excited to cover it next week.
Yeah.
See how it goes.
I don't think you're going to be there because you got a job.
Yeah, working man.
Imagine that. I'm going to try and do my best to get out there. Maybe do a couple interviews. We'll see how it goes. Maybe do something like we did with Jack Lyons. It depends on what my schedule looks like, which is tough. It's not. See, here's kind of like the double-edged sword. It's nice when stuff happens during the day, but then sometimes if I have something going on, I can't make it. Right? Because like if I have a meeting or if I have a recording or something, that can kind of get in the way. But when it's after school, but it's kind of nice because then you don't have to go after school. Whereas if it's after school, it's like you're doing it on top of your 9 to 5. But a lot of stuff to go out and get and try and have some coverage for next week. Hopefully we'll try and get some scores. If you know any scores, like again, if you know any soccer or baseball scores, I'm doing my best to try to get some. But you can send them to me at my email, ben@northbayecho.ca, or you can just message us on socials. And Jackson, lots of things happening. I mean, a lot of club sports are starting to happen. I mean, we got softball starting a couple of weeks.
You're freaking right. I can't wait to see those kits.
Those kids, that's soccer.
Still, I can't wait to see them.
We've got a little barbecue kind of like get together next week where we're getting our jerseys. It'll be exciting.
So yeah,
and then I think we start the next week. I think you start at the same time as us, eh?
Yep, the 19th.
19th,
Tuesday the 19th.
The short week. Men's league starting. I might get a little bit of men's league footage.
Yeah, some hardball.
Some hardball, yeah, which is always fun to get. And then we'll kind of go from there. So a lot of NDA sports finally getting out of the lull of.
Yeah, the badminton lull.
Yeah, the badminton lull. Oh, speaking of that, we didn't talk about OFSAA. We totally, we almost forgot about it.
Oh, badminton would never be forgotten. Come on. NDA had a strong showing at OFSAA. West Ferris specifically, congratulations to Lily Wolf and Seidel Thomas on winning the bronze medal in the B division at the 2026 OFSAA Badminton Championship after an incredible final match victory in straight sets, 21-14, 21-14.
That's actually extremely impressive.
It is.
I went on the OFSAA website. Extremely confusing. Not the OFSAA website,
like
but there's
the
so many.
Yeah.
There's so many divisions, and there's so many. And I was like, I can't find any other results.
Open division this, open division that, girls doubles, girls singles, B division, A division. You're like, okay, who wins?
I don't know how you convene that.
Show me the medals.
Like you looked like you were having trouble, and you were convening one tournament.
Yeah, I know. And then you got to do a lot more athletes from a lot of different places. And
So what is OFSAA Badminton all about? Like what? Like did you go to OFSAA?
Of course.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
So what is OFSAA? What's the experience going from the NDA to the NASA to OFSAA in badminton?
So from a northern association like NASA, when you get to OFSAA, shouldn't expect a lot. The talent down south is just way stronger, and up until this year, they let the kids who played club compete against the same kids who played high school, and so you'd like when I was there, you'd look up the names of the two people you're playing in Badminton, Ontario, and you're like, oh, like nationally ranked, awesome, and you get your butt handed to you. But now it's a little different. It's just high school kids playing against high school trained kids, and then the club kids play each other. And so a bronze medal is still super impressive, but it gives the high school kids like a chance to compete. Like some kids, there was even a C division beforehand, and some kids just lose all 3 games, just done. But it's definitely a strong experience. Like individual sport OFSAA is much different than team sport OFSAA. Like you sort of make the experience for yourself, but great competition. Not like there's not as much like cheering or anything because it's sportsmanlike, but it's fantastic.
Yeah, and speaking of single team or single person OFSAA, track and field's coming up as well. Were you a track and field?
Not really.
I used to hate when they made us do high jump. You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Gym class.
Yep. You do a little run up and you try and jump backwards.
I was terrible at it.
Yep. Hit the bar every time.
Yeah.
That little electrical or not like the
electrical wire.
Bungee cord every time.
Yeah. It's wait, you had a bungee cord?
Yeah.
We had like a metal rod.
Well, that's the real deal. We just had a bungee cord with pool noodles on it in case.
That's all they. Wait, what?
Yeah, in case you hit it while like.
We're talking about the bar that you jump over?
Yeah, like the people competing would do the real bar.
No, when we were in gym class, they made us use the original.
Don't be silly. No.
It was like, yeah, no, I'm straight. Like they made us use the metal.
No.
Back in my day.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, we're soft. We're soft.
No, like we used to. That's the thing that sucked because if you couldn't jump high, you would right into the metal bar every time.
Yeah, bungee cord.
Must be nice.
And jump onto a mat. Like it was perfect.
Yeah, I expect Rain Bradley's gonna have a good, probably have a good showing.
Hope so.
Who else? Who's the other people? I'm trying to think of the other people who really excel.
I don't know. Wes Buell from West Ferris. Yeah. He's a good long distance runner. He's probably going to make it there.
There you go.
I wish I knew. Not really, actually. I don't wish I knew more of the sprinters or athletes, but I don't have a lot more information for you.
Okay. So we'll have to keep an eye on that because, again, I think NDA is in a couple of weeks, and then it's getting into NASA OFSAA, and then everything's kind of wrapped up by the beginning of June.
Yeah, because they want to shift into exams and academic awards and all that stuff. I think one of the weirdest things is when you get to college or you get to university and everything ends in like April. Oh yeah.
It's nice.
Yep.
And then you remember that you like throughout your whole academic career, you had to wait till June and then you get 2 months off. And then you go to university and it's like, you're there for a week and they're like, it's reading week. And then they're like, you're there for 2 more weeks and they're like, it's exams. And now you're off for 3 weeks for,
Yeah, the exam period is like 3 or 4 weeks and you take 4 exams in 4 weeks.
It's
not a bad gig. It's not a bad gig.
It's nice, but you pay for it.
True.
Either way, that's not a whole lot this week as in past weeks, but next week we will have probably quite a bit. We're gonna have baseball. We're gonna have soccer. We're gonna have Special Olympics. I'm gonna make sure I get out there at some capacity. How much I get out there will depend on my schedule, and then soon we're going to have track and field. So it's going to be a nice, no pun intended, nice sprint to the finish line a little bit. And then we get into playoffs. And then we get soccer playoffs, we get baseball playoffs, which is always the best part is when you get some championships and you can talk to people and kind of go from there. Do you know soccer playoffs, do they happen at Nipissing?
I think it's just sort of home field advantage.
Whoever's there.
Chippewas will.
I hope it's not in Sturgeon.
Oh, gosh.
Knock on wood. I haven't had to go to Sturgeon this year.
Yeah, well.
We'll see. But I will. If it's in Sturgeon, I will go to Sturgeon. I just like to save the gas. Have you seen gas prices?
Yeah, it's
almost up to $2.
It's a lot of Sturgeon though. You get the reserve gas prices.
That is true. Yeah, you get that here too though.
Yeah,
if you want. Okay, cool. So that wraps things up for us here. This has been which number are we on? 85. This has been Echo Sportscast number 85.
I'm Jackson Bowl.
And I'm Ben Sargent. If you have, again, scores, results, anything you want us to cover, please send them our way. You can send it to my email at ben@northbayecho.ca. You can send it to us on Instagram or on Facebook as well under our moniker at North Bay Echo. And because we love to hear it, because sometimes it's hard to get information. We try to do our best, but we can only do so much. So anything that you guys can help supply us with always helps. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching and listening. And we'll see you again next Friday for another edition of the Echo Sportscast.
We often talk about the rhythm of life in North Bay. For Amanda, that rhythm was fast. Hockey practices, baseball games, juggling a full-time career, and keeping up with 2 energetic boys. But life hit pause after routine surgery led to a call she never expected. Stage 2 breast cancer. No symptoms, no warning. Suddenly, Amanda was facing a double mastectomy, reconstruction, weeks of chemotherapy and radiation treatments, and several additional surgeries. The path ahead was overwhelming. Through every stage, one question stayed with her. How do I keep being mom for my boys? Amanda's care team at the North Bay Regional Health Center made all the difference. They understood how deeply she wanted to hold on to familiar routines, cheering from the stands, being there at bedtime, staying present in the moments that gave her strength. Their compassion kept her connected to the 2 people who kept her fighting. She stayed present. She stayed grounded. She stayed mom. This holiday season, help ensure patients have access to the exceptional care they need during life's most challenging moments. Your gift helps patients like Amanda stay connected to the people they love while strengthening healthcare for families across our region. Visit nbrhcfoundation.ca or call 705-495-8125 to give.